Okay, well, also tonight, the president says in September he'll put forward a specific plan to boost the economy, create jobs, and control the deficit. Brian Hamilton, the co-founder and CEO of Sageworks, has some advice for the president. Hi there, Brian. Great to see you.
Good to see you.
First, your reaction to this report we just heard from Ed Henry about the outburst in the town hall today.
Let's go back even one step to the previous analysis as well. I want to, a little bit of a timeout here. Americans are good business people. For 200 years, we've been doing incredibly well. The doom and gloom stuff, it goes through each administration. We hear the talk. It never happens. I mean, it happened one time during the 30s. We got over that. We did a great job in World War II. So the whole idea of the stock market crashing and unemployment going to 15 or 20%, we got to step back and look at Americans as good business people. That rarely happens. I just can't resist it because of the previous analysis. I just got to get that out.
No, appreciate it. But what is the president doing to really boost the outlook or boost the reputation of American business people?
Sure. Well, even on that point, what is the biggest issue we have right now? No one debates it. Unemployment. Stay focused. That is one legitimate argument against the president that holds. Because he's coming out now, threatening or, talking about increasing taxes. Why are all these balls on the tennis court? Let's keep it simple. You don't increase taxes right now. You just don't do it. We don't want uncertainty, Lori. Remember, there's 27 million businesses in this country that create jobs, not the 5,000 that are publicly traded. There's 27 million, and they're run by people, you and me, people like us.
Let me just stop you right there, Brian, because uncertainty has really been the name of the game for since the 2008 financial crisis. When all of the rhetoric about the regulation and the executive compensation and Obamacare and all of these things, I mean, nobody knows which way to turn or when are we going to be out of a climate of uncertainty? So how do we live in this new normal?
Here's what we do. We don't throw grenades at the people creating jobs. We keep it simple. We don't increase taxes right now. I am 100% in favor of not increasing taxes. We want these people to be able to look at their balance sheets and income statements and do projections and say, how many people do I need to hire in the next year? So every time we throw a new government program or more uncertainty around or tax increases, because we're trying to get to those billionaires, what it does is it makes people hesitant. So that's one legitimate criticism of the policy of the president.
But why not increase taxes and get rid of the loopholes? This is the common talking point, the common argument. So address that part.
Because it's a cup over Niagara. It's a cup over Niagara. If we go after the billionaires and we increase their taxes, and let's say we say those nasty people, we're going to go get them, we're going to increase their taxes, we're going to basically generate between $65 billion and $100 billion a year in tax revenue. It's a cup over Niagara. It's a small amount compared to our debt. So I'm not a big buyer on tax increases. Plus, it changes the rhetoric. The rhetoric right now on one thing, if you're advising the president or just as an American trying to do better, is around creating jobs. And anytime we get off of that, we could, stir everything up.
What about even just the idea of incentivizing business? Because, again, today the story in the market's $19 billion in deal flow. Companies sitting on all of this cash. They're just buying other companies. They're not throwing out that CapEx to hire people. So how do you increase the payrolls?
Well, I'm a buyer on that one, no question. Let's talk about maybe giving tax incentives to businesses to hire people. No question. But remember, the thrust of that is creation of jobs. We cannot have a 9% unemployment rate. And remember, when the president got in, it was about the same rate. So it has flatlined. It's unacceptable, and we've got to create jobs. So every time the president comes out and starts introducing new things, he's getting this advice, I'm not sure where, but every time it happens, then there's just more variation. It's not that he's a bad guy. It's not that he's not trying to do a good job. It's just there's more variation and more uncertainty. And remember, we're always talking to those 27 million privately held companies that create the jobs.
Brian Hamilton, it's great to have you. Wonderful to meet you, but I'm really tired of the word uncertainty. We've got to get past it. Thank you so much.
I agree.